Welcome everyone, greetings adventurers. Today I am alone because Swittzy has to work, and you might ask, but then why not having a stream with him tomorrow? Well, because Switzy's work sometimes involves talking in public, and today he talks so much that he already lost his voice. Here I am. Also because, like, to be fair, he's not very fond of this part of the quest. Since, how can I say, it can be a little bit inconsistent due to the fragmented reworks. And so here I am. And today we are going to play the last part of Calpheon main questline. This questline is shared among the classes. There are no main changes, mainly for Valkyries, but I'm not sure because I never played the quest from the Valkyrie point of view. At least not in the reworked version, and also because and also like the other that I guess will have, like, I'm sure actually that will have different interaction is the Nova, and in fact I'm playing with the Nova. She is going to have different interaction for clear reasons. If you don't know anything about Francesca Seric, well, watch the previous streams. In theory, it doesn't matter what crossroad you pick. There are no main changes in this shared part of the story, unless you are a Nova. And fun fact, I didn't notice that. So otherwise we would have played this part that changes according the crossroad you pick, because of course according to the crossroad different things happens, in particular to the Nova. And following, and also there is the whole matter of the invitation from S. So according to how the different the three different crossroads deal with the invitation from S thing, we are going to have a different start of the shared part. It's not impacting the whole questline, just the start part. In fact, like, we did a little bit of the start comprehended in the previous streams. So for each crossroad we showed how the differences in the start. The only thing that I didn't know, because I didn't check, my bad, is that for the Nova this different start is a little bit longer. But worry not, because thanks to video codex we can have an idea on how things change. So with this character, I did the first crossroad, the one mainly focused on Serendia and about everything that happens with Jordine. So it's Jordine centered, we can say. The second one is more about defeating monsters going all around. There's a tiny little bit about Arundi, but not that much. And then we have the story of Oz in Keplan. The third one is probably the most interesting according to my personal taste for the Nova, because you have the majority of the interactions, and it's about political matters concerning the Xian Merchant Guild. In the part of the Serendia is the Xian Merchant Guild dealing with the issue with the Merchant Guild of Idel, the Merchant League. And the second part is about the political issues concerning the late family. So keep in mind, this is a character who did the first one, so the one involving Jordan mainly. And let's see what happens next.
Calpheon will prosper until the end of time.
Wait, no, your face, it cannot be. The star that once fell due to the cowardice returns to shine in the clear skies of Calpheon. Because, of course, in the first and second playthrough, crossroad, sorry, we didn't really interact with the parliament. It's more like, there is the parliament, just so you know, while you're doing the tour and whatnot, but you don't really enter and deal with the parliament like you do in the third crossroad. Usher in a new era with the cold, dark star. This person is the culprit behind the invitation from S. But she's the one who brought new winds of change to Calpheon. Invitation from S? What on earth are you talking about? Send this woman to the underground dungeon at once. She's the very agent who wrote the invitation, which clearly seeks to topple Calpheon. This woman will destroy our hard-earned republic.
Commandments of Khalees are social and moral guidelines we shall abide by.
The devil who buried her own father in the desert. On what grounds? What is this, the evidence that implicates this woman to the invitation from S? I cannot explain much this moment, but this woman must be in prison now. Do you not remember the times when the people's fate were at mercy of the king? No, we cannot take the risk. Knight Master Vax, take this prisoner to the underground dungeon. Of course, they have to do this part because while we have this part at the middle, actually, of the third crossroad, in the first one and the second one, we don't have it. So we need to go to jail for lore purposes. No, we cannot take the risk. Okay. It was the same, just they fooled me. And here we go in the prison. Nice. And I have my horsey, apparently. Fair point, fair point. I've told them multiple times that I'm not here to fight. However, think they can handle what will happen once I'm freed from here. Because, of course, when we have to deal with the invitation from S, we know that they are imprisoning several people. And this one is called the Underground Dungeon Ahi. Finally found you. I knew you'd be in Calpheon. I guess you haven't forgotten about everything, huh? And looks like someone here knows who you are. No need to be so uptight with me. I'm here to take you back to your rightful place. I'm talking about Odilita, of course. After all Her Royal Majesty the Queen has done for you. You shouldn't have run off like that. The day of the final battle is upon us. Don't worry, once you return, you recover all of your lost memories. Now that I finally found you, let's get out of here. Hey, why is the guard coming back? Why take you when you've just arrived? Hey, don't forget, you have to return to us, back to Odilita. Are we doomed here in this place? It's just bad luck. Hey, the guard is back. Maybe someone came to see you? Let me take my horse because I don't want to be teleported without the horse. Phew, every day, another call from the Khalees Parliament. Someone is here to argue for your innocence. Who? I don't know. I'm just a lowly guard. Let's go. There's enough people in this prison as it is. That was fast. Ha ha! Look who it is. I said I would make sure you'd be safe from harm, but I was too late. I'm sorry. Because of course, in the first crossroad, we interact with Crucio. Actually, quite always we interact with Crucio, but still. The thing is that we didn't have the interaction about the invitation from S with Basquean Ljurik in this case, because in the third crossroad is Basquean Ljurik helping us. I heard that someone pulled a daring stunt by sending a mysterious letter to the Callis Parliament and to the great Calpheon Republic. I've also heard rumors of countless proceeding investigations. It is only natural for Serendia to answer Great Calpheon's call as her ally and friend. After all that happened with... It is true though that Crucio Domongat betrayed Jordan to keep in order to keep serving Calpheon, but still. I've come to vouch for the adventurer who has been recently imprisoned for being a prime suspect as S. Stands for Serik, by the way, Francesca Serik. She's not the S you've been looking for. Many things could be said about this. Laffy Bed Mountain story. Calpheon is surely wasting a true talent. Adventurer trying to subvert Calpheon? Ha ha ha, the red orcs might as well turn blue. This one is just another soul crazy about pickaxing as I am. She take first place in there ever was a continent-wide excavation contest. Believe me, I taught her myself. She's hails from Odilita, the land of the Ahib. I took this poor child when Orzeka, the ancient kingdom that existed before the Ahib, fell to ruin and its descendants began to fight each other. Adventure, the name is supposed to mean to survive long. In the Orzeka language, we've made it from the dead lands after a long journey. I've been excavating my entire life. It was only natural for her to follow me. Go on, give her a chance. She'll do a fine job. Phew, I sent her on a trip for a break. Didn't think she'd forget everything about herself. Poor thing, isn't she? Laffy Bedmonton, your reputation precedes you. It's an honor to finally meet you. I have seen your name inscribed in every archaeological knowledge that reaches Calpheon. I hear you are currently excavating the ancient stone chambers. Ah, the Lord has recently traveled from afar. I can only presume how favored Bedmonton is to him. Dwarves are known for their stubbornness. Rumors say that will bury themselves in their own residence if one wrongs them. He must be furious to have brought the Lord of Idel to our presence. What? How honest of you. Yes, I shall leave the excavation site at once, if you do not release the innocent friend of mine. I heard Calpheon is greatly interested in the Blackstone. Do you wish to ruin everything? Is that it? At least have the decency to explain why she's imprisoned. Do you not see the woman's morning star and shield? The elite guard King Dahaserik recruited while abandoning the Valkyries of Light. She's a survivor of our adversaries. This isn't the first time the residues of the monarchy attempted to bring down the Republic. Chairman, as you know, the King's guards died with him on the excavation to Valencia. I've seen this woman's face before, and even know her name to be Francesca. She was beside Dahad Serik when he was departing from Valencia. She will bring about the destruction of all we had war for. I too was in the expedition to Valencia with King Dahad Serik, and witnessed myself the guards with monstrous morning stars and gigantic shields. But the expedition was many months ago. That woman is too young. She could only have been a child back then. Because we don't age, time traveled with the Berg spirit, yada yada yada. And those morning star and shields were not naive to Calpheon. The old kingdom of Orzeka had used those very same morning stars and shields in battle. We precede them in the use of such weaponry. I am master of archaeology, thus, so I can say it proudly, I give my word of honor. There is a friend of mine from the abandoned land of Odilita, which is kinda true. She cannot possibly be responsible for overthrowing Calpheon, not when she has been digging dirt for most of her life. If she ever was responsible, I would have stopped her myself. You do have a point. These morning star and huge shields were once produced at the Calpheon workshop. If you cannot prove the accusation, Callis law states that she be released, even in such state of emergency. We cannot hold someone who has witnesses to testify her innocence. Lord Omegat and Bedmonton's testimony seem true. Why don't we close the session for today? Adventurer, it seems I have made a mistake. Please, understand the state of emergency we are in. Release the adventurer, and we shall review this case again later in the future. But if you choose to remain in Calpheon, please know that you may be called to court again. Was this what he meant when he said he was going to help? Now we owe him. How low have we become? We are an orphan taking under a dwarf. Look at our red-haired friend over there. Doesn't look happy. Even Jarrett, damn. I don't know what's gotten into my father. You don't seem to be worth the visit. And he said we need to make it up to you. Nonsense. You're just an adventurer. Here, I guess it will be reworked because actually Jarrett kinda likes us at the end of the Breaker of Chains, since we kinda became the heroes of Balenos, but whatever. I thought you'd rot in a cell for the rest of your life. What exactly did you do before you lost your memory? My father just saved you from rotting away for the rest of your life in the dungeons. You'll have to repay this debt one day, you hear? You need to know the risk he's taken to come here. Why does my father keep saying that you'll help us one day? Already did, by the way. You've been nothing but trouble. Excuse me? I kinda stopped Jordan from doom you all, but okay. Alright, I'll stop. Hey, it seems the consular is looking for you. I never thought of you as that kind of person, but now that I heard the dwarf story, you do seem trustworthy. There was a bit of trouble back then, but these things happen by the day in Calpheon. May I take some of your time? I promise to make an offer that will serve your interests.
I have been here for too long.
And here starts the OG quest from Calpheon that is the same for everyone. And just to prove my point before continuing, okay, this is my other character, the one with whom we played the third crossroad. As I explained, in the third crossroad, you end up being held in prison before starting the questline, like before starting the second part of the main quest of Calpheon. And in fact, we do not have that part because we skipped it. So basically, the part we just saw that happens at the end of the main quest is the one that happens in the middle of the part we see at the end of the first and second crossroad. It's the part that happens in the middle of the third one. So this part of the prison is played in the middle of the third crossroad, while for the first and the second it is played at the end. it is played first and second at the end, so after finishing the crossroads. In the third one happens in the middle. I made it. Okay. And while in the first one you go and talk with the Ahib. In the third one you talk to, because there are two. You talk to the Elionian priestess, telling you, yeah, but they are going to save me, right? But what happened if you play the second one? Okay, basically you find a protester, because you know that in the slums there's the whole issue about the fact that they are protesting, and every now and then they imprison someone. What? You two were captured because of the invitation from Esting? Shit, I knew I was foolish to go along with the investigation. Those Callis bastards, they are quite the wicked lot. Worse than the dead king, I'm afraid. They have no evidence, yet have been rotting this cell for days. Even the head councillor Herman Faresio, usually he is the cold central figure of the Callis parliament, yet regarding this incident, I'm not sure why he is acting so rashly. Arresting random bystanders like this always risks escalating into a riot. For a man now to keep the rules, this one crossed the line. Right, I'd rather the dead king return from the grave and level old Calpheon to restart it from the beginning. The Republic of Calpheon has grown rotten of its core. Let me go. Give me freedom, I say. I wasn't the one who spread this invitation from S. And after this one... Okay, how is it called? Is it called Saving Hand? Okay, someone does. And then you get teleported back, then proof. And you get the same exact interaction that we had now. So, what happened is that if you play the first and second crossroad, you are going to be saved by Crucio Domongat and Lafibed Mountain, telling that you are from Odilita. But if you do the third one, you are saved by Basquean Ljurik, telling that you are an orphan he gave to an old couple. Like, basically it's the same thing, like, but they just give different reasons. And if you do the first and second, everything happens with Crucio and Laffy at the end. In the two cases you meet either the Ahib or the protester. For the third one happens in the middle, and you talk with the Elionian priestess and are saved by Basquean Ljurik. Those are the differences, more or less. Okay, now we can start the proper question.
Well then, how are you planning to capture my attention?
If you are interested, meet the caretaker of the garden behind the parliament. He is my loyal assistant, and you'll know it's him from his nose is always stuck in some book. Tell him these words: blue rose petal. There are too many prying eyes about.
I have been here for too long, starting to make me ill.
I'm the caretaker of this garden. I make sure the roses don't wither. I'm looking for a blue rose petal. Oh, you must be Enrique Encarotia's guest. Please act natural, as there are always people watching. Me? Yes, I'm the caretaker of the garden, but I also secretly work for Enrique Encarotia. Why don't you go to the building at the end of the garden? If anyone stops you on your way here, just tell I'm sent you.
You sure no one was following you? I trust you'd have exercised as much caution.
So you are here. You and I are similar in many ways. We know, which we each know the path we must take.
This place isn't safe. Come closer.
Finally, I waited so long to meet someone like you. I've looked far and wide to merely meet one whose mind isn't rotten from strict adherence to authority and formality. Also because let's remember that the origin of the Encarotia family is not noble. An adventurer with an open mind and the skills to match. We only just met, but what do you say? Do as I say and you will be handsomely rewarded. First, take this letter to Annalisa Rosi, who is waiting at the library. Bring me back what she gives to you.
You can decline my offer if you like, but think carefully.
Well, we can't really decline your offer, otherwise the main question kinda stops there. But okay. Let's go talk to Annalisa. Oh my god. Oh. One day they will put the autopath for the little passage in there so you don't risk to get stuck every 2 steps.
Hold on. I'm on a really important part.
This is definitely Encarotia's seal. Come closer and listen well. Even the walls have ears here.
Books? Joy can be found in sharing the knowledge acquired.
You are the adventurer, right? Calpheon's rising hero. I was wondering who Master Encarotia was going to send as a messenger. Your reputation precedes you, and my trust in you has already found its place. That was fast. He has tasked me with finding a forbidden book, but I feel it is beyond my abilities. One must not be seen so much as touching it, lest they've been thrown into trial for heresy. Like at this point, we are experts of trials in Calpheon. I wonder who in Calpheon would risk keeping this book. For now, I have a letter that Master Encarotia wrote from his niece, Nella. Please take it to her.
Adventure? I would rather read a book instead.
Strongly, but holding on to the line still.
10% initial interest and 10% compound interest every 10 days. Ah, you're not here to borrow money? Then why are... Huh? Adventurer! Why is the hero of Calpheon walking around so casually? Wait, the path you came from? Did you just see Annalisa? I knew my uncle had something going on with her. Tell me, what's their connection? Is it... It's not what I'm thinking, is it? What do you think, is it? Yes? Hello? Adventurer. What are you thinking? If my uncle want to meet the librarian, it's of course to get a book. Yes. The book, of course, the book. The book of Encarotia. But that he actually hired someone as expensive as you indicates it definitely isn't a normal book. It's probably a forbidden one, and judging from your face, you haven't found it yet. Right? Now you look like you want to ask me how I knew. Although I look like this now, I'm still an Encarotia, one of the wealthiest families in Calpheon. Wealth and fame await me in the future. I just can't stand rotting away here reading scriptures. If I find something not even Annalisa can, Uncle must acknowledge my talent. A merchant life on his trust and relationship. Fair point. I know a person who can help me obtain the forbidden book. It's a close friend of mine, Eferias Filiberto. With this connection, finding the forbidden book shouldn't be a problem. I heard he's at Calpheon Market right now. Let's go at the Calpheon Market then. Waiting for Filiberto to spawn? Okay. You came at the request of Miss Nella? College life doesn't really suit her. Master Enrique planned everything out, since he sincerely wishes for her happiness. Then don't plan things out for your children. Yes, is the young lady looking for something in particular? The Knights of Dawn, my goodness! We best keep our voices down and our manner discreet. No one of the nobles who frequent here can know this conversation took place. The young lady is just a pupil of the Holy College now, and I don't think she'd seek such a thing out of innocent curiosity. Alright, I'll help you, adventurer. Having a book banned by the church in one's possession can put one's life at stake. So you'll have to prove to me you are worth the risk. Go to Kaya Pier and look into why trading costs with Trent have been on the rise of late. Take care of this and I'll help you. I don't know how this can prove that we are trustworthy, but if you say so, Filiberto, be my guest. Right. Time to cut through the forest. Because I can.
We are encouraging catfish men who want peace to become citizens of Calpheon.
And that's totally not the voice actor of Laffy as well, I guess. The adventurer? What could bring a hero so humble as yourself to this place of wonder? It must be none other than me, Patreo, whom you seek, delicate yet imposing, elegant and full of virtue. If you say so,
The strength
Patreo.
of catfish men will be a good support for Calpheon.
Is this the first time you've heard about catfishmen being assimilated? I'm not surprised. Indeed, just like the word indicates, this means that they will be living among us. They are smart enough to hold conversation with us too. Remarkable, truly, but we've hit a bit of a snag. I'm so stressed by that it ruined my once beautiful skin. This assimilation project was actually launched by Calpheon, but then, out of nowhere, they got devilishly violent. The trade routes had to be closed down, and the Callis Parliament is out of ideas in dealing with the predicament. Oh, right, why don't you try dealing with this problem? Come on, do it for the sake of my beautiful skin.
There are
Whatever,
no highs
Patreo,
and lows
whatever.
of military power.
Oh, I have to swim. And the guy is there.
Are you planning to go to Lake Kaya? Then invest in this node.
Calpheon good. Calpheon give tasty fish. How to
Talk of
convince?
me. I'm proud of these red clothes.
How to convince the catfishman to join you, I guess. I wish my friends could join me in Calpheon. They can't stand weaklings. You are strong, right? Go and show them who's boss. You might even be able to convince them to join us in Calpheon.
We catfishmen prefer peace to war. Are you planning to go to Lake Kaya?
How do things look? Does it seem that they listen to us?
Talk of me.
If you can't win with strength, take away their food. For us catfishmen, fish is everything. Fish is the essence of life for us. If you take away the fish, they will ask you to return it to them. Then you can make them a part of Calpheon. What do you think? I think that's against the Geneva Convention, but okay. We don't have such things in Black Desert. I have to go back to Patrio. Alright, it's spawned there. They're such simpleton strength. Fish? How cute. No choice but to shake their foundation then. Make them see why they ought to become a friend of Calpheon like Marcini did. I expect great results from you, hero. Let's see if the rumors are true. Okay. I wonder why the catfishmen have become so violent. By now, you probably know what I'm about to say. Their boss is here. He's nearby. I do the finding, you do the fighting. And since the Black Desert players since the Black Desert developers hate the Black Desert players, but not that much, here we can have a very nice buff speed for the for moving around in here, since it's on an island. The invasion of two great powers at Kai appear, your combat prowess and my graceful looks. It should be enough to keep those catfishmen at bay. Okay. Thanks to us, the catfishmen have bowed down to superior style and class. The church assimilation project is almost ready to continue as planned. Just two more kings to work out in this masterful engine success. Those greenish creatures down south, known as the Rutum, need to be dealt with. Although the Trina Knights have been dispatched to deal with them, their best men have all been diverted to Saunil Fortress, because let's remember that Belmore came back and Jordan was at least going around, and so all the ill omens got revived with him. Saunil comprehended. But I can't possibly go and face off those Rutums, can I? If I ever get a scratch on this radiant face of mine, all the noble women of Calpheon will cry to death. So, you, for the sake of my face, why not you go there again? Go see Elinke Visamin, the commander of the Rutum sentry post. His attention to detail is second to none, perhaps even on par with my own. You will have to be on your best. Whatever this means, sir. Whatever this means.
To command after all these years.
What is wrong with today's youth? It is a problem that must be rectified. No will to even try. No will to do better. What is wrong with them?
My
Okay, Boomer.
soldiers are all idiots. I'm only left with these fellows.
How is it that my own men, are more dim-witted than the Rutum? This is why the assimilation process is taking so bloody long. If only those nitwits were half as capable as my brothers in battle during my days on the battlefield, this would have been taken care of already. If only even Kirklas were here. And you, why are you still standing here? Crimea River, sir. Did you come to see the Rutums for tea? Eliminate those scoundrels this instant.
Calpheon's a worry. Seems talented.
You are the hero, adventurer. It's about time we had someone help us out. Our commander is one of his fits again. But what can we do? We don't believe we've just been loafing around, do you? I mean, I don't judge, sir. I mean, none of us doubt how skilled Commander Visamin was in combat, but who's to say that even him in his pram could have dealt with these Rutums? What can you possibly expect us to do here? Oh, are you by any chance here to help us? Nah, I'm just passing by, don't worry about it. Can I have my horsey? Thank you. It cannot be. You managed to deal with all of those rutums alone. We must seem so useless compared to you. Yes, that's why I'm a player and you are an NPC. But those creatures are terrifying. How can you do anything but run? You think that anyone can become a hero through hard work? Like nobles, you are born into it. Okay. I guess that's it then. Nothing left for us to do. I beg you to share some of the spoils with us so that we can take some of the credit. Yes, guys, like, all very nice and stroke my ego, whatever. But, like, it's clear that the rutums are not dealt with. Like, we killed 50 of them. It's like, it didn't really solve anything. Truth be told, if we had failed this mission as well, we would have been told to pack our bags and return home. For the better, I guess. You didn't even break a sweat, did you? At the very least, take some of the rewards for your effort. Just a little bit. Oh my word, could it be? You must be the gift sent to us from above, from Alien himself, for enduring everything up until now. And thank you for this bread. You mean to tell me you fought alongside my men for this conquest? Here or not, that's a tough pill to swallow. Those worthless weaklings struggle with just one Rotum soldier. How am I supposed to give them any credit? What kind of training are recruits even doing these days? I never imagined something like this in the twilight of my career. If we had even 10 soldiers like you, Calpheon would have long since returned to its former glory. Oh, you have far more than me, and they are all crying, many also in Elvia, and yet here we are. Goblins are no trouble for you, huh? We have some goblins taking up residence in the western forest. Mind you, they are more vicious than other goblins you may have come across, because of course the quest knows that we already dealt with the goblins in Balenos. They are smarter, more merciless bunch. They were not particularly threatening to Calpheon, but have recently become much more violent. From what I remember, their chief was someone you could reason with. Go and meet him. As someone of your caliber, he may actually be willing to speak with you.
Calpheon's away. Seem less talented.
Yes, I'm a very diplomatic person. I kill things.
We own this area. Ogres don't scare us.
A human who wishes to speak with me? It's been quite some time. So, what do you have to say?
Are you from Balenos? Then you may be unfamiliar with us.
My tribe are attacking the trade wagons of Falazi? That's the long and short of it, right? Both Falazi and Shakatu are idolized by all goblins. That's why we cooperated with Falazi in the past anyway. Actually, I was recently replaced by a new chief. I'm ashamed to say this, but I was bested by a younger goblin. The young ones are strong, but so haughty and aggressive, and through this I no longer garner the respect I once had. So, I need to teach them a lesson in my name, that they'll surely remember.
Remember, Shaw, that we, the Manchas, are the pure bloodline of goblins.
my god. Almost there. More like halfway, but...
We own this area.
You really are a piece of work, aren't you? You took care of the situation rather easily. I think you'll find the trade route will have no. I think you'll find the trade route will have no further issue now. I can imagine that Mistress Falazzi must have been very worried about things. Since you've come so far, why don't you spend some time looking around Trent?
Are you from
Of course, of course, of course.
You may be unfamiliar with us.
Since the goblin got his wish granted, now it's our turn to fulfill ours. And here it comes, right on time. After we resolve everything, merchants should have their timing down. Okay. After I heard the problem with Catfishman and Ruton were solved, I came here to help mediate the issue with the Mancha goblins. Haha, but I guess it's unnecessary. Yeah, now they are all dead. You are simply a lot more impressive than I thought. Thanks to you, the trade routes will be restored. It's my turn to keep my part of the deal. Go to Trent to meet the trade merchant Rikta. I already sent her a letter. Ah, you'll know it's her after seeing her. Because she's red. Look, the giant tree that in Crimson Desert might be climbable. Huh? You are the adventurer? From the rumors, I thought you'd be as big as an ogre. Imagine telling this to a berserker.
Calpheon surrounded with rising flames of war.
So, you are the one Falazzi was talking about. I can't believe there's someone stupid enough to look for the forbidden book of Alien in the middle of Calpheon. Hoping for an early death, are you? Our expertise. Or trying to take on the church all by yourself. Regardless, I'll try and see if I can retrieve the book for you. Can't believe I'm taking on such a job. I'm taking on such a job like this. If Warren Falazzi asking personally for this favor, he better be paying well for my troubles. There's been a sudden increase in orders for weapons, so I need to gather a lot of wood from Trents. But the Chief Serbianca considers the Trents sacred. Won't let me harm a leaf on them. It's one big headache, mind you. Who cares if they are ancient beings who have guarded the forest so long? Money is all that matters here. I guess. See if you can stay out of sight and get me that food. Ah, you may have to put in a bit of effort. Get my drift?
There are times when heavy weapons are necessary to defeat the enemy.
Oh my god, that's so annoying. I'm gonna park here. Because you say, okay, 85, I don't know, mancha, right? And you're like, a lot. But at least they are all together. Here you have to go and take one by one. And some of them are even hidden. Bonk. 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 And just like this for 50 more, like for like 35 more. Imagine doing this as a ranger. And then, of course, they also reset because they don't have that much of range here. Of course. Of course. Almost there. We got it. And now the Black Spirit will be like, what if we kill some more? Are we lumberjacks or hunters? But seriously, do trends see themselves as a tree or animals? I think trees, but This amount should be enough, right? Now let's return to the trade merchant with red hair. Haven't seen her somewhere before. She seems so familiar. Yes, yes. Let's be very generic about the fact that all the Valkyries are red. And by the way, not all Valkyries are red. That's why it's lore accurate the fact that you can create a Valkyrie as you want.
The best timber is in
Good.
Trent.
Thanks to you, I was able to meet the deadline. Here's the book you were looking for. Remember, no one can see you with this. Also, you can tell a soul that I found this book for you. At some point I was training to become a Valkyrie. And now I've done this. I guess it doesn't matter anyway. I've been duly paid.
Calpheon surrounded with rising flames.
Going to Calpheon with the Alien Forbidden Book? You think there's anyone in this world as daring as us? The hero of Calpheon in possession of their Forbidden Book. Who could imagine such a crazy thing? Let's head over to Nella. Time to get paid for our hard work. Okay. Isn't it beautiful, the forest at this time of the day? Very good moment to take screenshots. One of the issues of this old main quest is that, like, you need a lot of time to get so little. Because you have to go back and forth, and now at least I have the dream horses. But once going back and forth was quite of a hassle. So, you know, going back and forth, kill like 50, 100, whatever mobs, like, just so, like, the whole point of this part of the question was get a book, and like after 30 minutes I still don't have the book. I have the book, but still, like, the quest still has to kinda start. You finally found it, as expected of Mr. Filiberto. I wonder what this is. Why would my uncle want it so much? We finally found it. Let me read it. The fact that it's forbidden is so exciting. Oh. Oh my. Yes, I can clearly see why this is a problem. This is such an absurd story. And even if civilians became enamored with the ideas in here, Lord Alien would just lead them back down the right path. Look, we never found this, understand? Get rid of it, burn it, bury it, whatever you have to do. But just make sure it is forever gone from this world. Okay, and here you can throw it away, keep it, and tell her you'll take care of it. Can I trust you, right? You decide to disappear from Nella's sight for a moment to make it seem as if you are going to take care of the forbidden book. Basically, if you do, let's throw it away. What if someone picks it up? You weren't serious, right? Please get rid of it now. So the right choice is let's just keep it. That's absurd. Please don't say something ridiculous like that. Please get rid of it now. No, sorry, my bad. The right one is I'll take care of it, and then you have to go like to just not talk to her. And where the heck? It's with the Black Spirit. No. Where was it?
Three.
Did I lose the book? Oh no, okay. I have to go.
Hold on. I'm on a really important part.
Okay. You have to say, you have to tell her that you are going to take care of it. And then you have to go back to talk to her. You really got rid of it. If ever my family is implicated, who then would be branded who then would be branded a heretic? No, enough of this dreadful thinking. You've gone through all of the ordeals to get it, and now you say you got rid of it? I have no option but to trust you. Alas, this should be our final meeting. Even if we meet, let's act though we never knew each other. Okay. What's the matter with you? Let's try reading it. Thank God, like you can read it despite having completed the quest other times. Forbidden Book, Chapter 1, Origins of the Shadow Knights. The Shadow Knights, now a secret organization forever banished from the history books, were formerly part of the Knights of Dawn. The Knights of Dawn were those who followed the teachings of the Ancient Light. They were well aware of how the forces of darkness permeated through every generation. Abridged.
Strongly, but holding onto the line still and 2.
Chapter 2, The Coming of Belmorn and the Knights of Dawn. However, with the threat of Belmorn looming across all lands, the Knights of Dawn made their presence known to the world and formally requested assistance from each country. An alliance of soldiers were then formed to engage Belmorn. Despite these efforts, Belmorn, who had fallen in battle, did not simply disappear. Belmorn managed to deal a substantial blow to the soul of surviving Knights of Dawn. Abridged. Chapter 3, the fall of the Knights of Dawn. On the other hand, having observed the might of the Knights of Dawn, each began to exercise checks and balances against the knights now made known to the world. All of this happened immediately after the last master of the Knights of Dawn announced that the knights would remain neutral and would not take sides with any particular country. Chapter 4: The Coming of Light. Some of the knights converted to Helionism and became priests of Ilion Church. These priests formed the crux of the group that came to be known as the Fraternity of Light and became the most powerful group of priests within Ilion Church today. Questionable ties between the Fraternity of Light, however, exist to these days with another group of former knights that came to be known as the Shadow Knights. Isn't it exciting? I knew I smelled something rotting about them from the refugee camp. You're curious to know if what's written in the book is true? What are you waiting for? Let's go find out. We can go to the underground dungeon in Calpheon where they were held captive, like what the book says. Their resentment runs so deep, they must have left something there. At this point, like, we have like a free pass for the dungeons. Just remember that Calpheon dungeons are here. Don't mind me. What's inscribed next to the X-shaped torturing device? On the day the captain died at the foot of the Statue of Redemption, the landless shred of conscience also went with him. Despite this, no matter the effort to prevent the dawn from coming, darkness will always succumb to the dawning sun. Our truth will stand victorious in the end. It's surprising how vividly the truth has been exposed right here all along. If he died at the foot of the Statue of Redemption like it says, there should be a clue around there as well. Oh, come on. The Statue of Redemption. Inspect the statue. Is that the leader of the Knights of Dawn who perished at the Statue of Redemption? Much of the paint has peeled off. Yet the symbol of Calpheon, the eagle up top with wings spread wide, is blindingly majestic. There's something written behind the memorial stone of the statue. In memory of the righteous and honorable Callius, who fell to the sword of the treacherous Encarotia. Finally a familiar name, Encarotia. The Encarotians purged the Knights of Dawn. Guess this is why Enrique wanted the book. It's as if he was led by original sin. We have to see him again. Don't mind a very famous person on a Pegasus going around here.
You sure no one was following you? I trust you'd have exercised as much caution.
It's been quite a while. Don't tell me that you are planning to disturb my work with trivial matters.
This place isn't safe. Come closer.
Annalise Rossi said that she'd given up on ever finding the book. But look at you. You were actually able to retrieve it and bring it to me. Excellent. Let's take a look. I wonder what is written here. You'll get your money worth for this, friend. Ha 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 ha.
You can decline my offer if you like, but think carefully.
Hand over the forbidden book. Looks like the right book. Let me take a look at it.
I'd like
This is
to
a
know
sinister
your
account
thoughts.
of this heretic history. Yet I can only think to thank our ancestors. Oh yes, I promise you a reward. Take my advice. Forget everything you know about this book.
You sure no one was following you? I trust you'd have exercised as much
Have you
caution.
read the book too? It would be the best if you erased it from your memory entirely. Your expression tells me that you don't understand why. Don't tell me you sympathize with those heretics. This basically proves that the last appointed knight, Captain Callius, was a heretic. This document should change your mind. It seems to be that there are still many who attempt to chase after the traces of those cursed souls. That's probably why there is a woman with the strange clothes searching for their remnants, looking to extinguish them.
This place isn't safe. Come closer.
Read the document Enrique Encarotia gave you. After a long period of investigating and inquiry, we were able to meet the past witch of Hexe. Better known as Hexe Mari, she was the one who helped Belmont summon Zarka, and Zarka thus granted her eternal life. We've been learning from Hexe Mari about and preparing the necessary rituals to summon Zarka. There is, however, one important thing that needed to be done, the sacrifice for Zarka. We must find a woman with strong magical powers like that of Hexe Mari in order to summon Zarka. This is the most important task at hand for us at moment abridged.
You can decline my offer.
The crest on the corner of this document certainly be of the Knights of Dawn. Do you get it? It's clear that they were the ones who summoned Zarka in the past. I shudder to think how they could have possibly survived the Great Purge, let alone infiltrate Calpheon and Alien Church.
I'd like to know your thoughts.
With this settled, I have one more point of business for you to check upon. I heard Nella has been skipping her classes lately, and she isn't the type. She always attends the classes well. Can you find out what she might be up to?
You sure no one was following you? I trust you.
What about hiring a babysitter for your niece at this point? Friendly suggestion. Nella is eccentric at times, but she stayed on top of her studies. This is quite odd indeed. Oh, actually, an oddly dressed woman came here earlier and talked to Nella for quite some time. This much is certain. The last time I remember seeing Nella was when she was with Leona of the church. Leona might be able to provide some more information. She's probably at the chapel right now. Perfect.
May the blessings of Lord
Now's the
Elyon be
time
with
to
you.
offer up prayers to Alien. I'll answer any question when the prayers are over.
All life is a
Please shut
blessing
the fuck
gifted
up.
by Lord Elyon.
Speaking of which, you seem like a newcomer. You are here to pray to Alien, aren't you? Today's special day, as High Priest Lehard Motenon will be leading the prayers and sharing the words of Alien to us. Now, let's pray together. Today's subject is on heresy.
Open your heart. Inclusion and
What a
tolerance
coincidence.
are also Lord Elyon's teachings.
Okay.
There are rumors that dark forces are getting
okay.
stronger at Zambia.
It is heresy to seek out eternal life, a forbidden form of alchemy. Death is to respond the calling of Alien, and to go against it is the heretical act of defying the very will of God himself. On the day of the brightest moon, and on the day of the darkest moon, beware those days where Alien momentarily holds his breath. Beware the cold shadows that break through the moment of respite. I guess an eclipse. Continuing from our last session, I like to return to an old story and spend this time to recall the blessing of Alien. Alionian year 270. The light of Alien cast out the darkness that was hiding under the shadows of the sun. It was the very heretic who had the blood of a hideous witch. Her very existence was heresy, for she had been made by means of forbidden alchemy. Yes, it's us, the Nova. An homunculo. Mumbling and sharp gasp can be heard.
Under the
My
authority of Lord
word,
Elyon,
to be created
all
with
evil shall
forbidden
disappear.
alchemy? How dreadful! But who could have done such a thing? Through all sorts of calamities, it stubbornly refused to die and survive. Yep, that's us. Let us reaffirm the resolve deep within our hearts. Seeking eternal life is heresy, this forbidden alchemy. Nevertheless, the light of Alien will light up their layers to bar the Today's time of prayer concludes here. I am feeling slightly unwell. Next, we shall continue next time. Huh? Oh, he's turned white as a ghost. Recently, after he received some invitation letter, he hasn't looked too well. Oh, what was your question again? Lady Nella has disappeared?
May the blessings of Lord Elyon be with you.
Nella seemed to be interested in dangerous knowledge lately. She asked about the witches of Hexe Sanctuary. I simply told her it would be fruitless, since the records themselves are either too old or unverified, and the witches have all disappeared. She seemed doubtful though. She mentioned that there's an acquaintance of hers at Hexe Sanctuary. I am worried she might have already set foot in the dangerous place. But, oh, are you here to offer up a prayer? Unfortunately, the time of prayers has just ended.
All life is a blessing gifted by Lord Elyon.
Yeah, I waited a long time for you to return to Calpheon. Why are you so quick on your feet? I'm here because that old man Basquean Ljurik, chairman of the Bank of Hope, sent for you. Hurry on and head over the Bane farmland this very instant. I saw it with my own two red eyes. Lehard Motenon, that high priest of Alien, the moment he locked eye with us, he started to turn pale, just like Herman Faresio did at the parliament, which makes me think he too might not be such a good person after all. Blood of witch this, crafted with alchemy that, he's wary of those cause he's afraid of their power. You should never listen to such lies, okay? Let's get out of here. They might call the guard on us again. I think one visit to the dungeon is more than enough for us, no? Actually, we visited like 2 times at this point. We were already heading over the Hexe sanctuary to find the kid Nella or whoever, and the Ben farmland lies on the way there. Let's head out. Thank developer for not having us going back and forth. It is very appreciated indeed. Always a thing, parking, horses, jeez. Oh, that's a reunion. Oh, princess, my goodness, you are alive. This must be a miracle. Because again, in the first and second crossroad, we didn't had the meeting with Basquean, Ljurik, and this woman. You don't look like a day older since I last saw you. Princess, do you not remember me? I was the one who decorated the dark palace halls with the moonlit Delotia flower your highness gave me. Everybody turned back on you when you came back alone, but not I. I was different. Please, I'm telling the truth. My daughter, she was held captive. This is the moment. I hope it will help you with finding your memory. I apologize for summoning you here out of the blue. Thank you for coming. I am Basquean Ljurik, the chairman of the Bank of Hope in Calpheon. Do you have an idea who this person is? She refers to you as a princess. Or, by any chance, do you have any sort of key in possession? Because this is to push you to do the King's Key questline. Judging by your reaction, it truly seems you've lost your memories. What I tell you now, you must never utter outside of this conversation. For Calpheon currently remains in the hands of those who brought down the monarchy. And woman, pray tell, how many in Calpheon know assertive as you do? I was merely a lady in waiting to the princess, nothing more. I saw several people come and go, but they all wore masks, so only His Royal Highness King Dahat Serik knew their true identities. Yet, one thing I can tell you is, I am the only one who knew exactly how the princess' face looks like, for His Majesty told those who were loyal, hidden within my royal guard is the secret of the world, the princess who shall seek you out directly someday. But Basquean Ljurik, how did you know the princess and led her to me? Were you one of those who pledged loyalty to him? I mean, I understand the masks, but Basquean Ljurik is a troll. Like, it's kind of evident also without the mask. Nobody shaming for Basquean Ljurik. Then, if that's the case, you wouldn't need to even ask this to me. This is my first time seeing this one. Yet, as the Bank of Hope chairman, I only seek to fulfill my old oath to the now deceased King Dahat Serik. Don't ask about what it was, and please, turn back now. Just like you, I too was secretly chosen by the king. Adventurer, I heard of the incidents at the Callis Parliament. Head Councillor Herman Faresio saw you and was reported to utter some meaningless words. The demon who buried her own father in the desert. Also, the famed archaeologist Laffy Bedmonton claims you to be of Orilita. He says he took you in, but that's impossible. Dwarves are known to only look out for themselves. Oof. I've long been waiting for someone. The way you wielded your mace and shield reminded me of the person I've waited for. So, I had people look into you, yet nothing came up, including how that woman reacted to you. I've come to conclusion. You are the one I was waiting for, the one I shall complete the very oath pledged with the dead king. I summon you here to tell you about the King's Key. I pray that this tale will help you recover your memories and serve as the clue to improve your fortunes. Before the rise of the Republic, Guy Seric was the last king of Calpheon. He rose to the throne at a young age after his predecessor, King Dahat Seric, passed during the Valencia expedition to conquer the Black Desert. Dahat Seric was a king who sought to restore order after the Black Death nearly erased half of humanity, despite the ridicule of the priests. He promised wages to the lower class, established an alliance with Serendia, spent his entire life in war against Valencia, only to be swept away by the desert sandstorms. Sedge. All would grovel at his feet, kissing the palm of his hands, and yet they all talked behind his back. It was because he sought to make Calpheon the nation no one would dare cross, but did not spare any means to achieve this. As the expedition dragged on without an end in sight, one day he simply vanished, perhaps in search of a mighty army. About the king's whereabouts. Around 3 years had passed, rumors spread that the king had finally returned, that he had received the true blessing of Elion, or borrowed the strength of dragons. Enix. Or ally with the fairies at the Green Forest. Of all those rumors, there was one that involved the place trod by none. It was a tale regarding Odilita, the arid land. Wherever he may have been once the king returned, he created a secret space for himself in the depths of the castle, where, on the day of the brightest moon, he ushered in Valkyrie students at Holy College. The students would later form the Guards of Rumors. They wielded not lances, but maces and shields, and were his own personal guard. It's been some time since I've talked for this long. May I ask you for a glass of milk? I recall that the dairy cows of the Bane farmland are well known for their delicious milk. How much? Okay, not much. And let's do the minigame. Thank you so much. Truth be told, I was not interested in him. I had long distanced myself from the world, as I was only the chairman of the Bank of Hope. Dahat Seric, before he left on his final expedition, came to me during the deep of night, alone. He told me that I was the one he trusted the most in all of Calpheon, and placed an item in my care, a locked, small chest. If ever a child as bright as the morning star and sturdy as a tower would show me the key to unlock the chest, he told me to give it to her. Your name was the Adventurer, right? However, when Herman Faresio had you locked up in the parliament, I heard him look at you and utter the name Francesca. Yes, the king quietly spoke to me. The child's name would be Francesca Seric. I was utterly shocked because back then I had never heard he had sired a daughter. He told me that the child would have the king's key that could unlock the chest the king had entrusted in my care. From whom did the king's guard exist? I was so scared. Why was entrusted with this task? I couldn't even ask, but when he saw my face, he confessed. If I had heard of his guards who wielded maces and shields, the assertive told me they were not his guards. They protected not him, but the princess, and he confessed that he had hidden the princess within the guard. He didn't tell me what his reason was for hiding the princess, only that there would be turmoil once they returned from expedition. He managed to find those who would swear loyalty to the princess amidst the turmoil, but he did not trust that they would keep their word forever, so he came to me as a last resort. After he left, I lay in bed for 10 days. I feared his reveal of secret existence of princess would shake the entire kingdom down to its core. There must have been a reason for it to be secret, and yet he never returned, and the faithless princess never came to me with the king's key. Nevertheless, as the chairman of the Bank of Hope, I vowed to fulfill my oath as its keeper until the rightful owner of the chest returns. And thus, we are here at this fateful moment. I am certain that you are the one I've long waited. And so, until you recover all of your memories, stay far away from these lands. Try to remember where you placed the king's key. Remember, your real name is Francesca Seric. You are the hidden last princess of the Calpheon dynasty. Continue your journey to recover your memories, and please recover the king's key, so to relieve me of this burden I've long suffered, hidden away in my storage. What kind of rubbish is that old man telling us? A key? A king's key at that? Check your pockets. Where could it be? No, don't look for it. Fun fact, I have it on the Nova. Who knows what could be inside the chest? Do you want to be staying in Calpheon forever? No, we can't. We need to grow stronger. Does your head hurt? Stop dwelling on it. It's not like that you can remember anything at the moment. Just think about us, you and me. Shall we then hand over the Hexe sanctuary? The whole point is that the order should be doing the invitation from S with anything but the Nova, because the Nova is the only one who can do the invitation from S. Otherwise, she would end up being in the dungeon, like has to happen in the main quest of Calpheon. Created a Nova, doing this quest, getting in the dungeon, everything happens, getting the info, get the king's key, doing the awakening in succession, so you can know more or less the story, get the key from your other character, go to Basquean Ljurik and do the king's key quest. That is going to reveal all the details about the background story of the Nova, and will give you a choice among 3 possible paths. At the end, nothing really changes, it's more about roleplay, but like who you want to pick. And it's something, I did the quest some time ago, but it's something like with Calpheon, against Calpheon, with Odilita. Like, for example, I picked Odilita, and in fact, as you can see, I have the key. And I got this letter. I knew it, you are the chosen warrior of Her Royal Highness after all. The mercy she bestowed on your incomplete rotting flesh, the debt has been paid in full. So I take it that you finally decided to join us. Your role in restoring the legacy of the ancients will serve as a good example for those who hail from the Echidna convent. And yet, I feel that you simply made the only choice you could make. You learned the complete trust of Her Royal Highness, and there's nothing more valuable. Rest assured, we'll put every bit of Orzeka's legacy to good use. Ahib of Echidna Convent. And here basically you side with the Echidna convent who technically created you. And now we shall continue. If I don't get stuck in the gates or misclick. Other very important thing. I should have made some coffee. I'm seriously thinking about making myself coffee, not gonna lie. Okay, we got it. You are looking for Nella as well. She's back she become quite the popular one. Another stranger came by quite recently searching for her. But yes, she did come to see me. She asked if I could help her with Hexe Mari. I told her the truth that Hexe Mari was the witch of legend who summoned Zarka. I told her multiple times that the witch no longer lives, but she refused to listen and went into the sanctuary to look for herself, claiming that, and I quote, Valkyries should not be afraid of mere skeletons.
Do you have everything?
A dark witch summoning Zarka. It's been a long time since we've come across such an exciting story. Let's go look for the threaded. Over there, there's someone in the hut on top of that hill. Damn, the sight of the black spirit. I think I'll take the horsey. Let's hope this will be enough. I don't care who she is. I don't want to die. Why should I sacrifice myself just to look for other people? Okay, sir. You think I die so easily in a place like this? I plan to leave, and return. What a fool I am to have volunteered to patrol an area like this. What? You say you are looking for the threaded girl? I remember seeing her. I can even help you, if you help me to get off here alive. I'll tell you where the girl went off. Hurry up and get rid of them skeletons. They are headed this way. You don't think they'll come anymore, do you? You're quite good at this, stranger. Ah, you said you were looking for something? Was it a cat or something? Of course, the red-haired girl. Yes, there was no mistaking her. She was saying how she was determined to find the Black Witch. She was quite something. Imagine a Valkyrie draped in extravagant clothing, wandering about in the fog in hopes of finding the Black Witch. It's too dangerous here for me to simply follow her in. We could end up suffering the same fate. I remember a witness in our village who claimed to have seen the Black Witch. His name is Jensen. I also introduced her to Jensen. Okay. If she was able to safely get out of this place, then you should be able to find out more in the village. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day. Stuck here for hours because of that useless Valkyrie. Do you know how much trouble I went through because of her? Ugh, don't even talk about it. What a nuisance. Why did I get involved with that weird girl? With her incessant pestering about the witch, I took her to where I saw her last. But then we were surrounded by skeletons, and I managed to lose my gear. Is she a companion of yours? Well, then it's up to you to retrieve them for me. First my gear, then I'll tell you where she is. As for what my gear looks like, just bring me any sword and shield I can use. Bro, really, like, here we are like a matter of life or death situation, and you're like, yeah, I lost my things, bring them back first, then we talk. Like, bro, really. Damn. Oh my god, I always get stuck in here. I have to go up. No, I don't have to. I have to go up. Really? Okay, one more to go. Come on, video. Let's go. You really nabbed all those from Skeletors? You're unbelievable. I mean, I could do that too. What? Why are you looking at me like that? That Valkyrie's name was Nella, was it not? She just waltzed in here and gave me a fortune to let her to where I saw the Black Witch, since I'm the only one who has ever seen her in person. In any case, I happily accept the offer. It was the first time someone actually believed my stories. The only problem was that on our way to the witch's chapel, we encountered Hexe soldiers. While I was fighting them off left and right, I happened to lose my weapons, and Nella headed towards the chapel alone. Excuse me? This was no trick, not at all. The Black Witch was really there. I saw her myself. I vividly remember seeing a breathtaking, beautiful Black Witch there. Huh? I didn't just run away either. In any case, it seems our great chief has personally come all this way. I was just about to ask if the child was rescued. Bro, if you don't tell me where the girl is... Ha! Talk of that witch again. After receiving word of what happened, I sent some guards to the witch chapel, and they came running back with story of their encounters with a terrible witch. I mean, really, there's no one in this world I can rely on. Even if you or those guards were not lying, there's no way the Valkyrie girl could have survived in that place full of monsters. I'm tired of hearing out about this witch. Just give up and go back to where you came from. No. Looks like the kid was telling the truth. I can sense I can sense powerful dark energy coming from deep within that area. The Black Witch, huh? We should hope to it, adventure. Let's go. Bring my greetings to Belmont. Even the witch who summoned Zarka herself was no match for us. Maybe Zarka isn't such a big deal after all, huh? What do you think, adventurer? Wait.
I can't believe she was telling the truth.
It's a surprise to know that the witch existed for real. It feels as if everything I've learned so far was wrong. Yeah. You scared me. For a moment I thought I'd surely die at the hands of that witch. As a Valkyrie, I'm ashamed to say that I froze the moment I came face to face with her. You know what this means, don't you? The fact that she exists means that those records are not simply myths. As for myself, I won't stop. I plan to continue seeking the truth to wherever end it takes me to. The trail seems to lead towards Priest Bacho of the abandoned monastery. I plan to meet him next. I wish I could repay you for all that you have done to rescue me, but I don't have anything to offer just now. If I only had something to repay you for all you have done for me. At the very last, grab a hold of that child and make him give you that commission I paid him. That rascal doesn't deserve a silver from what he did to me. Until we meet again, adventure. So long for now.
What did I just witness? But witches don't exist.
And yet. and for the first time we will actually get paid in gold bars and not milk bread. Oh, joy.
You need patience, right?
Run away? What are you talking about? That Nella, though. Is she safe? What a relief. Honestly, I didn't run away. Huh. Take the money. I don't need it.
You're jealous of my hat, right? It could be the witch is a good-hearted woman.
That girl, is she really gonna be alright? But what if this guy is a bad one? Will she be in trouble again? I hate it when things get this complicated. How about we go meet that priest as well? You never know. If we are lucky, we might be able to get our hands on a clue that might lead us to some answers. Where's the guy? Oh my. Okay, I need to make myself a coffee. I'll be right back. How hard can it be to read the lore of BDO, the quest text, to follow the story? Well, to put it in perspective, I'm so mentally exhausted that I try to make the coffee without the coffee. But it's okay. Valkyrie girl, I haven't the slightest clue what you're talking about. That's odd, since we don't get too many visitors here. Are you sure she came by this place? Perhaps she got lost on her way here?
We all.
Nice meme, bro. Nice meme. I sense the presence of a powerful dark energy nearby. I am most certain it is related to what we are here after. We might even find out more about the whereabouts of Nella. How about we search nearby? You see a decorative piece worn by students of Holy College of the Valkyrie at the bottom of the well. Could it belong to Lema and Encarotia? This place, it must be another hideout of the Shadow Knights. I'm certain that Nella was here before us. If she came here alone, she might have been taken by them. We must go and find Nella, adventurer. Hey, you. Nice. I really think the Black Desert developers like really enjoy have you going down wells. Did you manage to escape this place by yourself? Are you by any chance a god? They took Davi's friend. Davi's looking for a warrior to wipe them all out. Oh well, I'm a Nova. What? A regular person? That can be true. You definitely came out of there by yourself. You are definitely a really strong adventurer. Red-haired girl? Never seen anyone like that. Oh wait, Davi actually did? Yeah, of course. Davi saw the red-haired girl that you mentioned. Very convenient. But Davi won't tell you before you do me a favor. Davi's friend didn't come out of the cave for a long time. Davi know that his friend is probably gone from this world, but Davi want to make sure. Davi wants to see for himself, but Davi's not strong. Please. Then Davi will tell you about the red-haired girl. Why internet is having issues now? I mean, it's not even windy or anything. Come on. I really start to think that it's legitimately just OBS having issues. Maybe? Maybe? No. That's a problem. Maybe, maybe. Maybe, maybe. Let's give it a chance. Is going back to normal? No. I don't know what's happening to the connection. Very nice. Well, at this point, I'll end the stream here. I will try to investigate further with Swittzy to understand what the heck happened. And see you next time, hopefully with the connection of OBS